Yabba dabba doo! Simpson, Homer Simpson, he's the greatest guy in history. From the town of Springfield, he's about to hit a chestnut tree.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the final episode of The Green Room. After 13 years of long, faithful service to this community, the folks at WPPO Orlando have decided to cancel our show. And guess who is to blame for all of this? You, the viewer, are to blame. The Green Room is a quality show, and all you seem to want is reality this and reality that. All you guys make me sick. You wouldn't know quality if it bit you in the...
Hey, calm down. We got a show to do, all right?
How could the network do this to us? We never complained about the asbestos in the ceiling or the arsenic in the coffee. We never even tried to unionize. How could they do this to us?
Think of your happy place. We have a show to do.
Fine, okay. I'm in my happy place. I'm in my cave of self-healing power. Unfortunately, you're there too. In this, our final episode, we'll be talking about The Simpsons, an animated series that has defied the norm by being bold, daring, and different. As of 2005, The Simpsons is not only the longest-running comedy series of all times, it is now also one of the longest-running shows in the history of television. It will soon be entering its 17th season, and it doesn't look like it'll be ending anytime soon. Unlike our show, which was canceled last week.
Stop it already. We had a good run. Let's just enjoy our final episode. Pretty much, it's just like...
Shut up! Man, shut up. Everything you say is stupid, all right?
I will not sink
I
to
hate
you.
you.
I will
I
not
hate
sink to your level, Zachary. I plan to get another job after this, okay?
Wah. I'm sorry, I can't hear that low from the ground. You're gonna have to speak up. In our first clip, The Simpsons creator Matt Groening will explain to us what he likes about The Simpsons and what he thinks makes the show so appealing to an audience. Unlike the creator of our show, who won't return my phone calls or give me a straight answer on why our show was canceled.
Calm down. Watch the clip and take the pills that Dr. Summers gave you.
Oh, fine. I'll let the baby have his bottle. Just roll the clip already.
Why, you little...
With The Simpsons, we've got a show that doesn't look like any other show on television.
What the... No!
It doesn't even look like any other cartoon show. There are no other yellow cartoon characters on the air, bulgy-eyed people with no lower jaws. There's nothing else like it. When I first had the idea for the show, I quickly drew these mutant humanoids on a piece of paper and named them The Simpsons. And I was in such a rush that I named them after members of my own family, not realizing they would explode into pop culture fame and haunt me and my family for the rest of our lives.
Look, Marge, that guy has the same last name we do. Taxi!
The thing that I was afraid of was that adults might not give it a chance, because other animated TV shows are aimed at kids. This is not aimed at kids.
I don't understand its appeal.
We don't expect you to, Mom. If cartoons were meant for adults, they'd put them on in prime time.
We decided that we wanted to increase the characters' depth and go for things that you usually don't see in cartoons, particularly on television.
You know, when I was a boy, I really wanted a catcher's mitt, but my dad wouldn't get it for me. So I held my breath until I passed out and banged my head on the coffee table. The doctor thought I might have brain damage.
Dad, what's the point of this story?
I like stories.
We do very cartoony things, but we also try for a level of emotional reality and make people forget they're watching a cartoon. And we don't do it all the time. It's not a heavy show, but there are moments where you forget you're watching a cartoon, and you get caught up in the show and in the stories of these characters.
What does that mean? You better say something or they'll think you're stupid. Takes one to know one. Swish. Swish.
That was a very interesting clip.
Meh. It was so-so.
Are you going to be like this throughout the whole show?
Maybe.
Could you not?
I'm not going to make any promises to you, man. I'll try, though.
Fine. Whatever. I'm tired. I just want to get through this final show. For your viewing pleasure, we will be showing you abbreviated versions of Mr. Plow, The Last Exit to Springfield, and Homer, the Vigilante, as well as behind-the-scenes clips about the various aspects of The Simpsons show.
Right now, we'll be taking a look at Mr. Plow. Dan Castellano, the voice of Homer Simpson, won an Emmy for this episode. In Mr. Plow, Homer gets into a very bad car accident during a blizzard. That forces him to buy the family a new car. But, on an impulse, he decides to buy a snowplow instead.
However, Homer quickly finds himself in the cutthroat business of snowplowing. So sit back and enjoy Mr. Plow. That name again, Mr. Plow.
Driveway's snowed in.
Old Man Winter!
That's right. I fill your driveways with ice and snow. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. That's what. Stop.
Mr. Plow!
Get out, you lousy season. All right, I'm going. My head hurts. I have to lie down for a while.
Yay!
Hello, I'm Mr. Plow. Are you tired of having your hands cut off by snow blowers and the inevitable heart attacks that come with shoveling snow?
Uh-huh.
Then call Klondike 53226. Call now and receive a free t-shirt.
But I'm a real tightwad. Can I afford this remarkable system?
Absolutely. My prices are so low, you'll think I've suffered brain damage.
You are fully bonded and licensed by the city, aren't you, Mr. Plow?
Shut up, boy. So remember, call Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. White gold. What's it? What that? I don't... Hiya, Homer! Say hello to the Plow King! Barney, you stole my idea. Don't worry, Homer. There's nothing wrong with a little healthy competition. Oh, what am I gonna do?
I think you should do a new ad, one that's fresh and original.
I know, I'll do a rap. Boom, 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 boom. I'm Mr. Plow, and I'm here to say I'm the plowingest guy in the USA. I got a big plow, and I'll move a lot of things, just like your cow if you have one.
Stop it right now.
Promise you'll never do that again.
All right.
Mr. Simpson, I guarantee you we'll come up with a commercial that can save your business. You know those radio ads where two people with annoying voices yammer back and forth? I invented those. Ow! It happens all the time.
Was that your commercial?
I don't know.
We thought we'd try something different on the Green Room today, since it's our last show and all.
Well, that's because...
Don't you say anything. I don't want to hear it.
I wasn't going to say anything. Nothing at least your feeble intellect could begin to understand.
I need some Tums. My stomach's aching. I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, well, my back can't stand being stabbed at by a friend.
I'm not your friend. I don't even like you. You annoy me.
That would hurt my feelings if I had feelings. But I don't. But during the commercial break, we'll be showing you more clips from Homer the Vigilante. So stay tuned and enjoy more of the Green Room as well as those wonderful commercials. We'll be right back.
To do something about this burglarino, I think it's time we start our own neighborhood watch. Rooney. Yeah! Now, who should lead the group? You!
Yeah! Flanders! Flanders! Flanders!
I don't really have very much experience, but I'll be...
Someone else! Yay! Someone else! Someone else! Someone else!
I'm someone else.
He's right!
We don't need a thinker. We need a doer. Someone who'll act without considering the consequences.
Homer! Homer! Homer!
I'm with you, Homer!
I'll be with you too, matey.
I'm with you, Homer.
You're the man, Homer.
Yes, you're good.
You're the man, man.
I'll join. I'm filled with piss and vinegar. At first, I was just filled with vinegar.
So, wedding, huh?
No, we're forming a vigilante group.
Come with me. Say it's a miniature version of the A-bomb. The government built it in the 50s to drop on beatniks.
Radiant, cool, crazy nightmare, Zen, New Jersey, nowhere.
Put this in your pipe and smoke it.
How now, brown bureaucrats?
Take that, Maynard G. Krebs.
Hey, see this sign?
James L. Brooks seems like the last person you'd expect to executive produce a show like The Simpsons. If you've seen Terms of Endearment, you'll understand why.
In this clip, the executive producer of the show, James L. Brooks, will give us a little backstory on the creation of The Simpsons show.
Why are you sitting so close to me? Let's watch James L. Brooks on The Simpsons. Did I leave my stove on?
I hope so.
I know you like clowns, so I made you this bed. Now you can laugh yourself to sleep.
If you should die before you wake.
Can't sleep. Clown will eat me. Can't sleep. Clown will eat me.
I'm going to ask you what these 9 things have in common. Gun, car, drug, sea, air, cop, war, failure, success. Got that? According to Matt Groening, in a piece he did for LA Weekly, these 9 things are the ways people die in Los Angeles. And a friend of mine gave me the drawing of these as a gift, and I thought it was just so great. The failure and success just killed me as ways to die in Los Angeles. And then 5 years later, the Tracy Ullman Show goes on the air, and we decide that instead of saying we'll be back in a minute with a card or something like that, we would do a little piece of entertainment for We'll Be Back in a Minute. It's called Bumpers. And that these 30-second pieces, instead of just a card, we would have little cartoons. And I had this hanging in my office, so I called this guy Matt. He came over. As he came over, he basically wrote down, the core of what became The Simpsons. We put it on the air. It was on Tracy Ullman Show, and you'd hear these big laughs from the audience. Myself and Sam Simon, what we brought to it is that our whole experience was with traditional shows. We'd worked on Taxi together. I had done the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Sam had worked on Cheers. And what we brought is the discipline of a half-hour show, that we had to tell a story, that we had to believe our characters. And we believe the show's working when you forget that it's animated. And I think that happens a lot.
After all, you wouldn't be here today if I hadn't become the responsible head of a household.
Hey, Homer, can we have a can of frosting for lunch?
Okay.
In the last exit to Springfield, Mr. Byrne takes away the nuclear power plant's dental plan. When Homer eventually realizes that this is a bad thing, he quickly protests against it and is made leader of his union. Mr. Burns, however, doesn't take too kindly to unions or negotiations. Will Homer be able to get the nuclear power plant's dental plan back, or will he have to pay for Lisa's braces?
Joshua, Do you remember how we got our dental plan?
I try to forget. I still have nightmares about it.
Yeah, I guess mankind was never meant to endure such pain. I guess it's a good idea we forget about it. Why were there so many scorpions?
Roll the clip!
President of the Union, I'm so proud of you, homie.
This is your chance to get a fair shake for the working man.
And make lifelong connections to the world of organized crime. Organized crime.
Don Homer, I have baked a special donut just for you.
Grazie.
Don Homer, my son, he has a trouble with the...
Molto bene. That's a nice donut.
Do you think you can get the dental plan back?
Well, it depends on who's a better negotiator, Mr. Burns or me.
Dad, I'll trade you this delicious doorstop for your crummy old Danish.
Done and done.
Go! Tonight on Smartline, the power plant strike. Argle bargle or foofara. With us tonight are plant owner C.M. Burns, union kingpin Homer Simpson. Well, Homer, organized labor has been called a lumbering dinosaur. My director is telling me not to talk to you anymore. Mr. Burns, you mentioned you wanted an opening tirade?
Yes, thank you, Kent. 15 minutes from now, I will wreak a terrible vengeance on this city. No one will be spared. No one!
A chilling vision of things to come.
Goodbye, Springfield. From hell's heart, I stab at thee.
So we'll march day and night
by the big cooling tower. They have the plans, but we have the power.
So we'll march day and night
by the big cooling tower. They have the plans, but we have the power.
Look at them all through the darkness I am bringing. They're not sad at all. They're actually singing. They sing without juicers. They sing without blenders. They sing without flungers, cap-dabblers, and smandlers. Tell Simpson I'm ready to deal. All right, Homer. You can have the dental plan on one condition. You must resign as head of the union.
Woohoo!
Smithers, I'm beginning to think that Homer Simpson was not the brilliant tactician I thought he was.
We're going back to work!
Yay!
So many memories, so little time. Do you remember the first show we did in 1993?
Yeah. We were talking about the Ronald McDonald murder mysteries. I still can't believe that Mayor McCheese killed the Grimace. I was pretty sure it was one of the Fry kids, though.
Yeah, crazy. Quite a twist. It was way better than Twin Peaks. You know, sometimes I wish you were the Grimace, Joshua. Now it seems our last episode is nearly over. It's a pity we have to take another commercial break.
Well, somebody has to pay the bills. You know, we're not on PBS.
Yeah, well, PBS would have appreciated a show like ours. Of course, they would have fired you right after the first show. I mean, you called him Donald McRonald. You're an idiot, man. You're an idiot.
Not this again. You look like a fool. Just be quiet now. Maybe we can salvage what's left of the show. Now let's take a look at Homer The Vigilante, parts 3 and 4, and watch all those great commercials.
Don't get soft on me, Plowboy. Roll the clip.
And if a group of responsible adults can't handle firearms in a responsible way...
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Me again.
Sorry.
Okay, men, it's time to clean up this town.
Meaning what exactly?
You know, push people around, make ourselves feel big. Hey, you! Where'd you get that saxophone?
Sears.
Get him! So I said to him, look, buddy, your car was upside down when we got here. And as for your grandma, she shouldn't have mouthed off like that.
Dad, don't you see you're abusing your power like all vigilantes? I mean, if you're the police, who will police the police?
I don't know. Coast Guard?
Homer, wasn't the whole point to catch the cat burglar?
And I still don't have my saxophone.
Lisa, the mob is working on getting your saxophone back, but we've also expanded into other important areas. Literacy programs, preserving our beloved covered bridges, world domination.
World domination?
Oh, hey, that might be a typo. Mental note, the girl knows too much.
13 years. 13 years. They said I wouldn't last a week. You never know what shows will do well and what shows won't. Who would have thought? 13 seasons. The Simpsons, like our show, wasn't expected to last as long as it did when it first came out in 1990. 15 years later, they're laughing all the way to the bank. Now let's watch David Silverman, the creation of an episode.
Inside every man is a struggle between good and evil that cannot be resolved. I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer.
Hi, my name is David Silverman. I'm the senior director on The Simpsons Show, and I'm here to describe to you the steps that we take to make a show from script to finished picture.
To overcome the spider's curse, simply quote a Bible verse. Thou shalt not go.
Step 1 is storyboard. From storyboard comes layout. Here we have Homer in his British-style smoking jacket. Here we have Lisa and Maggie as Seraphins. And the only real character design we had to do was Bart as a raven bird. From layout, we do what's called an animatic. Once that's approved, we get prepared to ship overseas. Before we do that, we do what's called exposure sheets. Then we ship overseas to Korea. In Korea, they do the finished animation. It comes back here. We call retakes if need be.
This is 1,000 monkeys working at 1,000 typewriters. Soon, they'll have written the greatest novel known to man. Let's see. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. You stupid monkey!
The whole process that I've described now takes around 20 weeks. The final process is to add the sound effects and the music, which gives you a final result, which looks like this.
Homer, I've got to sneak these valuable artworks out of the White House, but I can't get out of my driveway because of these protesters.
Mr. President, those young people are about to get a dose of reality.
Now, where did Bart stick the fireworks?
And so it goes. It goes. But our show isn't over yet. Stay tuned for more Green Room after this commercial break.
How do you respond to the charge that your group has been causing more crimes than it's been preventing?
Oh, Kent, I'd be lying if I said my men weren't committing crimes.
Touche. Well, it looks like we have our first caller. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Kent. Hello, Homer.
Yellow.
You do realize who this is?
Marge?
No, Homer, I'm not your wife. For my next crime, I'll be pinching the pride and joy of the Springfield Museum. the world's largest cubic zirconia.
Listen, Mr. Cat Burglar. I vow to go without sleep and guard the Springfield Museum day and night for as long as it takes from now on. Unless you want to taunt me more by giving me an approximate time. We'll be right back.
I get to say that.
Oh, it's been getting so hard living with the things you do to me.
Well, Mr. Cat Burglar, you'd like to get in here, wouldn't you? There's just one little problem. 36 years ago, some lady gave birth to a man named Homer J. Simp. Oh my God, underage kids drinking beer without a permit!
Chug, 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 chug.
Asleep at the switch? I wasn't asleep. I was drunk.
I believe you, Dad.
Well, no matter what the paper says, I still have a job to do.
You let me down, man. Now I don't believe in nothing no more. I'm going to law school.
You know, my dad wanted me to go to law school, but I wanted to be an actor instead. Oh well. It's been a good run. Our show, unlike The Simpsons, must come to an end. Our cancellation would have not been possible without your kind, generous support. I would like to thank WPPO Orlando, our producer, for not putting up much of a fight. Thanks, Gary. We really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank my co-host, Joshua. You are a constant reminder of how creativity and genius can be obscured by mediocrity. Thank you.
Well, Zachary, you're a constant reminder that even the most talentless of hacks can still achieve success. Despite the fact that you're a personal and emotional failure with an instantly dislikable personality and numerous awkward social graces, it's remarkable that you weren't fired by WPPO Orlando sooner. I don't know what you did, but I'm pretty sure the devil's going to collect really, really soon.
Too late. Last but not least, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for not watching our show in the first place. If it weren't for you, we'd have another season. Well, from the green room, I'm Zachary.
And I'm Joshua. Goodbye, Orlando. What are you doing?
Ned?
Hello, Ned.
It's been 4,000 days since my last drink. It was my first and last blackberry schnapps.
Ned, did you clip Ann Landers today?
Ann Landers is a boring old biddy.
Ned!
I was more animal than man.